Hello, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, leader. Today's Take Command Daily is making your brain big. It's how to have more knowledge in your life, in your relationships, in your business. Thank you so much for joining me. New technology. I'm so excited to share this with you. Boop. Oh no. Hold on. There it is. Today's Take Command Daily, you're going to know exactly how to create even more knowledge in your life. And this is so huge as we are all working to grow and understand in this world. There's so much change going on. And when we can increase our knowledge, we can be more aware of the change, be more aware of what people stand for, be aware of their principles, their traits, what they're doing to grow themselves, their relationships, their business, grow their country. Really excited. If you're new here, help me test drive some software. Put in the comments down below that you're new. If you're on Facebook, you may have to allow access for my software, so that way you can put in your comment. But somebody please help me out. I see that 2 people are watching right now. Help me out and put that comment down below so I can test this feature. It's one of the things that I cannot test on my own. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's talk about this. Join the Take Command crew over on Facebook. It's more interactive for me there. Hey, Tara's Keto Kitchen on YouTube. Oh, look at this. I'm so happy. Look and see, now look what I get to do. Boop. Yes. Tara's a great friend. Her and her husband have this amazing show, Tara's Keto Kitchen, over on YouTube. Go check it out. While you're up checking things out, be sure to join the Take Command crew on Facebook. It's an opportunity for me to connect and interact with you at a higher level, so go join that. Also, you can head over to, hold on. Boop. There we go. Check out this week's Take Command conversation. I'm talking with Green Beret veteran Herb Thompson about how he has transitioned from Army Special Forces into being a consultant. And all of the journey, all of the lessons that he learned along the way. I know you're gonna love that. Or you can even head out to YouTube to Take Command Project, and there's a playlist of all of the podcast episodes. You can check out the video. What else do we have? Subscribe to YouTube over on Take Command Project. That's where I put up all of my video content. And yeah, if you're new here, if this is your first time, put a comment down below. Welcome so much. And by the end of today's training, you're gonna know exactly how to create even more knowledge in your life. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Welcome to Take Command with Paul Gowan. I am a Mustang Marine turned international leadership consultant. Each time we come together, I bring you inspiring people and messages to help you take command of your relationships, your time, and your finances, so that you are free to lead the life you want. More than taking action, greater than empowerment. Take command of your life. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining me for today's Take Command Daily. At the end of today's training, you're gonna know exactly how to create even more knowledge in your life. Let's take a look at the comments for those of you joining me live. We've got Tara here. Go check out her channel. Her and her husband's health was significantly improved. They walk the walk, they teach the talk. They are absolutely amazing human beings, and they're in service of other people. Go check out their channel. What else do we have for today? Right here. Look at this, new graphics. I'm so excited to be rolling this out to you. If you're new, put that comment in the section below. We're talking about how to create more knowledge. You're gonna have the opportunity to post any questions that you have down in the comments down below. I love seeing those. I love interacting with you. And please, 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 please share ideas that work well for you on how to create more knowledge in your life. You're going to feel even more knowledgeable, especially when facing the unknown, because we have so much unknown happening in the world right now. As you can come up with, oh, are you picking up the, if anybody's watched the news and saw the train fire in Tempe, there's heavy machinery going. It's shaking the camera. Can you feel the earthquake? Can you see the earthquake? I hope not. Anyway, you're gonna be able to face the unknown, especially with everything going on in the world today. There's so much chaos. There's so much unknown. There's so many opinions. There's so many different news sources, and trying to make sense of all of it. We're going to talk about how you can hone your skills in gaining more knowledge. I love looking to the past for people who have done just that. People that came before us and acquired more knowledge. The lady that I want to talk about today is Maria Mitchell. She was this profound astronomer. She grew up as a Quaker, and within that belief system, boys and girls were afforded the same level of education. So she was able to access and pursue knowledge at a very early age. Her dad was a teacher, later became a principal. She discovered a comet, and it was renamed for her, and she had to assert that it was actually her. For her to initially publish it, she published it under her dad's name, and then showed all of her calculations that nope, she actually did it, and had to resolve this dispute with an Italian priest who discovered it and reported it before her, but she had actually discovered it 2 days previously. As a result, she got this gold medal from the King of Denmark, this program to award people for their pursuit of the invisible comets, the only comets, the ones that you have to have a telescope to be able to look into deep space to be able to see. Here is what Maria Mitchell says about knowledge. Check this out. We have a hunger of the mind which asks for knowledge. Hold on. Oh no! No! Hold on. Let's get that in the screen so you can see it. Boop. There we go. We have a hunger of the mind which asks for knowledge of all around us. And the more we gain, the more is our desire. The more we see, the more we are capable of seeing. It builds upon itself. And the reason why this is especially relevant today is there are some people who want to demonize that pursuit of more. Play the hand that you're dealt. Be happy where you're planted. Oh my goodness. That might be some people's viewpoints. But look to this woman from over 100 years ago is when she was living. 100 years ago. The more you learn, the more you see, the more you're capable of seeing. So being in that pursuit, while you're doing that, while you're learning, you're going to take action on that. I think it was Dale Carnegie who said, knowledge is not power until it's applied. When you apply what you've learned, you gain experience. Some of those experiences you might regard as failure. Knowledge is born of that experience. It's a never-ending journey. Cultivating this childlike curiosity will help you stay well ahead of judgment for those times that you may feel like you failed. Think about failure as learning lessons yet to be applied. It helps you move forward faster. It helps offload that baggage of thinking that you're not good enough, or maybe you didn't apply things properly, or you didn't have the right team. And you know what? Use that knowledge to figure out how you can face the brilliance of your future. Let's get into some training. According to the Marine Corps, so this is part of the Marine Corps Leadership Traits series that we're doing, and according to the Marine Corps, the knowledge is defined as the understanding of a science or an art, the range of one's information, including professional knowledge and understanding of your Marines. And you can use this to even think about the understanding you have with your people, your employees, your team, your shareholders, your customers, your clients, whoever that may be. When you pursue that knowledge, it's allowing you to grow at that additional level, to gain that additional education, so that way you can put it into action and advance your life. And when you're there, you're going to keep going in that pursuit of more knowledge, more action, more learning, more knowledge, more celebrations, more action, more learning. So I've got 3 leaders' tips for you on how to improve your learning. Let's take a look at these. The first one is take command of your learning. And here's what I mean by that. There are so many resources out there, and especially as we're facing lockdown, quarantine because of COVID, you have maybe more time than what you previously had as you were on a commute. So take a look at some of the computer apps like Duolingo for learning another language. You can take a look at Lumosity. It's based on neuroscience and it has brain games. You can take a look at things like Coursera, Khan Academy, all of these free learning resources to develop the skill of learning. As you form these new neural pathways, there's this stuff that functions like insulation on a power cable that allows the transfer of that knowledge to happen more efficiently, more effectively. So as you are learning how to learn again, that's a skill that you can apply. Get started with some of those free apps. Some of the other ideas is go learn an instrument. It's like another language. You can pick up like a ukulele for $30 at your local guitar store. You can go get a harmonica for less than 10. You can pick up a decent guitar and like everything that you need for under $100. And then there's free apps like Musician that you can get on and have it help you learn how to play those instruments. Additionally, have some formal training. You can log online for some online learning through a local college, a community college, or some of these major universities are pivoting to have more online content because of everything that the world is facing right now. So take a look at those different resources you have, because you're going to be able to really take command of that learning. It's going to set the conditions for you to do the second step. Before we get into that, what are your top tips? Put them down in the comments below. It's something I share really intrigue you? Let me know what that is. Put that in the comment down below and let me know what you do that tickles your fancy. Where do you go to learn? You know, like if you're scrolling on Facebook, you might be just like learning about different cat videos. Structure your learning. Put that down in the comments down below. I'm excited to see what works for you. Let's move on to the second point. Take command. Nope, that's the third. There we go. Take command of your listening. New software. I'm learning a lot today. All right. Take command of your listening. You know, I had a wise old veteran tell me, he goes, Paul, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Let that be a guide for how frequently you listen and how frequently you speak. Now, because he was an old veteran, there was a lot more colorful language in there that I'm not going to share with you on this live stream. Guide yourself to listen twice as often as you speak. You social butterflies, this might be a challenge for you. Bite your lip. Ask questions. Why do you believe that? How did you learn that? What is an experience that you had? What are you most excited about? What is it that might be challenging you in this process? Asking those questions, creating that conversation. Now, you shyer people, it's time to use your words, because you might have a social butterfly that just is gonna keep talking. Guide that conversation. Take command of that listening by asking those questions to steer your learning and your awareness, and seeking that understanding first. Now, here's the kicker. This is an election year here in America. If you are watching this from America, this election year, it's polarizing. There are so many other events that are happening just ahead of the election that have already polarized the country. When you have a conversation with someone and you believe that there are polar different viewpoints, like they believe the sky is blue and you believe the sky is green, or it doesn't have a color, but you know that because of the atmosphere and the sun's refraction, yeah, you might be one of those folks. Seek to understand it as though you were talking with someone from a completely different culture, from a completely different country, from a completely different religion. And it's not that you are working to sway their mind, to convince them of your viewpoint. Take command of your learning by asking those questions to understand what it is they believe. A couple things are going to happen when you do that. You are going to have your beliefs changed. Now, you might not change them to their viewpoint, but it is going to enhance, it is going to modify some of the things that you once believed. The other thing that can happen is it can strengthen your beliefs. In that slight adjustment, in that slight dance that we have with learning something new, you are going to be able to strengthen your belief system, especially if you just want to believe that the sky is blue. And you don't need to get into the sun's refraction of the atmosphere and everything else. Nope, I'm going to call it it's blue. Don't worry about making them wrong or correcting them because you have a different perspective. Do your best to ask the questions to understand that lens in which they're looking at the world. Now, this is for talking with people. The same thing applies to your business. Take a look at the lens in which your customers are looking at their world, and then position yourself in a place of service. Meet those requirements, meet those wants, meet those needs. And you do that by listening twice as often as you talk, and then using questions to guide your understanding. Not to make someone wrong, not to make you right, to guide your understanding for the lens in which they look at the world. Let's take a look at the comments here. We've got Tara. Thanks, Paul. Right back at you. Yes, absolutely. I love that. We've got Linda Lewis tuning in from Poconos. Awesome. I think Eric was over there visiting you just a little bit ago. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining. What are some of the ways that you take command of your listening? What are some of the guides that you have? Put it in the comments down below. I'm excited to read those. And let's move on to the third point. Take command of your leadership. Take command of your leadership. And here's what I mean by that. You are that role model within your company. You can be that role model in your relationships. Be that role model for your life as you're living into being that best version of yourself. That's not a destination, that's a journey. So when you take command of your leadership, you can be that role model that demonstrates that lifelong pursuit of learning. People can see that you have books that you are reading. Maybe it's out on your desk in the office. Maybe they see you maybe catch the tail end of a podcast as you're getting out of your car. When you role model that learning, that's going to inspire other people within your team, your relationships, to learn as well. It also provides an opportunity for you to role model seeking to understand. And right now, like with everything happening in the world, especially in America, seeking to understand and role modeling that instead of pointing fingers about who may be right or who may be wrong, especially on things where there's a perspective. There isn't really a right or a wrong. So when you role model that learning and you role model that understanding, you're going to be able to bring more harmony within your company, within your relationships, within your community, within yourself. Another idea here for you is to create a even greater program of development within your company. You may have some sort of employee development. And one of the things I've seen as an HR consultant is that those make you a better button maker, a better widget maker, a better lever puller, a better typist, a better receptionist, a better salesman. And those programs are nice. They're fine. They have a ceiling because you're only developing those symptomatic results. You're only developing those aspects of things that you want. When you take a slightly different approach and take a look at, instead of developing the employee, and you develop the person, then that changes the foundation on which they're standing on to be able to be that button maker, to be able to be that lever puller, to be able to be that salesperson. When you reinforce that foundation with a personal development program, then they can apply better skills to manage stress, to pursue the unknown with this curiosity, to advance their knowledge, to apply what they're learning, to reach the goals that you have in the company. And the same thing applies to your relationships, and this applies to you. Make sure that you're engaged in some sort of personal development program. If you're interested in what that may look like, shoot me a note, support@paulgowan.com. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about building a personal development program for you, your relationships, your team, your company. I've even seen some people have it as an incentive for other business that they're doing. So you could build something for your customers. Take a look at that. Take command of your leadership. All right, let's see. I've got one last thing for you. It's that reminder that we learned from Maria Mitchell. You know, she went and pursued a lot of aspects of unknown. She was the first professor at this college, and she was there for 20 years, but she never had a college degree. So she was working with a lot of unknown. That didn't stop her. She kept staring into the space, staring up into the stars, staring up in the sky to see things that most of us have never seen. And when she says this quote here, we have a hunger of the mind which asks us for knowledge of all around us. And the more we gain, the more is our desire. The more we see, the more we are capable of seeing. My friend, you are capable of seeing more. When you are capable of seeing more, then you're capable of learning more, and that builds on itself. That wraps up Take Command Daily as we're talking about knowledge. So you know what time it is. It's time to get back out there, take command, and lead the life of your dreams. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Have a great day. Make it a great day.